I'm David DiVincenzo. I lead an institute at the Forschungszentrum Jülich, which is one of the main contributors to QSolid. My contribution is both as a scientist working in this, but also leading the work package, which is hardware theory and modeling. So perhaps the key word is theory, and I am actually a theoretical physicist. And there are definitely many contributions that theoreticians can make to the goals of QSolid. And we have formulated many of the basic concepts that are in use in QSolid, but we're really also there to help to move things further. And what move things further is that the big goal of the project will be to make a demonstrator, to make a next generation quantum computer that will be achieved with many other partners in the experimental laboratories. But in our work, we are concerned with making sure that we have proper theoretical underpinnings for the work, but also more importantly that we use detailed models to explain the functioning of the experiments as they are developed and hopefully guide them to take steps that will improve their functionality and help them understand the results of the experiments better, and to help also validate and prove that the devices that are made actually are functioning successfully as high-precision quantum computers. The challenges are that we've never done this before. That is, we've never tried making such a big, complex physics device really work as a new technology. You might say that ordinary computers are an example of that, but they evolved over a much longer period and many more cycles of development. And I would say we're trying to compress that into a few years to go from the sort of basic discovery, like discovering the transistor, to having a full computer. We're trying to do that over a much shorter time scale. And so it means we have to develop our understanding very fast and really rely on as much modeling, as much model building and verification of the work as we can. So I think theory plays a very vital role in close interaction with experiment to try to make sure that we're on the right track in the next few years, that when we have a first demonstrator already at the 2.5-year mark of this project, that it is really working as desired, and that it's really oriented towards making the much more ambitious demonstrator after 5 years. And so Work Package 6, the theorists and modelers will be continuously involved in that process. We have achieved some initial results. A lot of them are just in the establishing the lines of communication with the experimental groups, and in making sure that we know each other's language, and that we can establish what software we will use, what modeling tools we'll use, what kind of theoretical concepts we will bring to the fore, will make most prominent in our work. I might say that since this is a challenging project where we start, we didn't anticipate that we would be offered this challenge to do this, that a lot of the first year has been spent actually just finding the right people to do the work. And just the problem of gathering together the appropriate, highly qualified people has consumed a lot of our time, in fact, in the first year. Of course, we begin with many years of preliminary work. I mean, in the pure theory area, we've been working on quantum computing ideas for a long time, and we have many basic ideas established, and we work on those continuously, and we worked on them before QSolid as well. And so for us as scientists, it's a bit of a continuum. Is the work that we did in the last 3 months, was that exclusively QSolid work? Well, not really, because we were working on the idea the year before. But we definitely have kind of changed the direction, that we were cruising along in some particular, according to some concepts. And now the challenges of QSolid require us to kind of bring it up to a higher level or really change the way that we approach it. And I think we've begun that. We've begun that, deviation or change of direction or shooting up higher. The work package, of course, consists of important groups throughout Germany, not only my own group at Forschungszentrum Jülich. And we're also busy establishing lines of communication there as well, although it makes it easier that we've worked together for years. To give an example, the big company IQM, which actually has quite a prominent role in Work Package 6, but they're far away in Munich, from our point of view in Jülich. However, the team leader there was a PhD student in our institute. So we already have a very good collegial relationship with him and therefore with their group.